Hello students, welcome to the final week of AICTE internship. So this is the last week and we will be completing our final steps in completing our project. So far we have tried to understand how to create Django project, how to create applications and how to add the front end and how to add this bootstrap into your pages and we have worked on routing and then we started working on creating models and we have created migrations and we have created super user and how to register your models and how to create a super user and how to log in into your admin panel and how to add data using your admin panel. So these were all we were doing right, and this is the final step where we will be creating our core components of our voting application. So as you majorly know, just this is voting application is nothing but a question followed by a number of choices. That's it. A very simple application. So we have to create a proper model or a database table to this, and we have to build one clean UI where we can display these things to our user. Okay, so I'll show you in a very simple and easiest manner as much as possible. So first let us explore how what are the things we are getting, what are the milestones we have to complete in this workshop. Okay, so I'll just open the fourth week content. It's like, let us see how exactly is our application looking, then we'll try to implement that one. Okay, so select folder, let us execute and see. I'll say python manage.py run server. Okay, and then I'll over into the URL and click on follow link. Right, so this is the front page. So I already mentioned students need to design this page in a very good manner. That means it should be in an appealing manner by using bootstrap. Okay, it's your job to do that. And here I'll be going into the another module called polls module. So click on that. We will be getting into that module. So now you can see here the poll questions. Okay, so this page will show you the list of questions, right? So as you can see, we are under this polls module, and here are all the list of questions. So there will be any number of questions. So I'll show you how to add these questions also. So right now we have only two questions on this page. So there are two options. First question, for example, you can say this is the question. It says, do you support same day voter registration? So the thing is, if you want to vote to that, okay. So the user got two options. One is vote now, and you can check the results. So for example, let me click on this vote now, and also I've explained you how to do this navigation part also, how to trigger the specific function. So that also we have learned in the other week. So I click on that. So see, now I'm getting into navigation, and where here you can see the number is getting to 3. You know how to bind it, right? So 3. So under the 3, it is going the questions, right? So it says yes or no. For example, if I say yes, my option is yes. So select option number yes, and I will say vote. See what will happen now. So I click on vote, and it is redirecting me to the another page called results. Okay, result function also I can say. So when the result function is triggered, it is showing me to the number of votings which has happened. For example, yes. So 51 people are saying that it is yes, and 5 people are saying it as no, right? And again, if I go back, there is another option here, back to polls. So when you click on to back to polls, so it is getting me to the front page again. So if I directly click on results here, it will show me the results page. And if I click on vote again, so I will get another option to vote. So here you can see there are three pages. One is the voting page where the person is putting the vote. This is page, one page. And the second page is the list of questions page, right? two page, and third one is the results page. That's it. So we are doing the whole application by using three pages. Okay. One is, I'll show you again. So this is the first page where all the list of polls are getting displayed, and the second one is the voting page, and the third one is the results page. That's it. So it is like a proper template. So even there are 100 questions, you will be navigating around these three pages only. So here, see here, the same thing. For example, here I have another question, right? So for this another question, say I got only two options. One is vote now. So again, you can see the template is same here, right? So here the question number changes to 2, that's it. But for the whole template remains the same, the voting page. So similarly, if I want to see the results, so it is also the same. The question has changed and the options have changed. That's it. So everything will remain the same. So that is the results page. So our agenda is to make these three pages, design these three pages, and should display the content onto this page properly. Okay, so that will be working on. Okay, okay, so let us see how this has been built. So I want everyone to work on the UI part. So add as much as HTML tags into this, add some bootstrap, some animation, some good pictures, whatever it is. So why? Because I'm very much concerned about this core functionality, how it is developed from scratch. So that is my agenda. So I'm not primarily focusing on any design or coloring parts here. Okay. So moving forward, so next question is, you might be asking, sir, how to add questions or remove the questions, right? So the other day we have also just logged in into our admin panel. So where we have logged in our admin dashboard and we have seen the things. So see here, this is my admin panel. As you can see here, this is my admin panel. I'll just go to this polls and click on questions. See here, the number of questions are getting displayed here, right? So I'll say, I'll add one more thing here. So for example, I'll say add question. So see what will happen. So add question. So the question is, for example, uh, are you vegetarian or non-vegetarian? For example, I'm taking this as an example. Okay. So here I'm giving an options here. See here. So options, the admin will take this. So one is vegetarian and second one is non-vegetarian. Okay. So now I'll say save. Save and continue, save, add another. That is other options you will be getting here. And click on save. So what is saying? It wants the proper date also. So I'll say it's today and the time is now. Okay. Scroll down and I'll say save. So see, the question has got added into it. So now let us see whether it is working or not. I'll just open my website. Okay, so I will say polls. Polls, right? Yes, polls. Okay, so as you can see, the new question has been added. This is one thing. And the thing is, as you can know, it is a routine process. Like, you can give an option and put your vote. And if you want to see the results, you can see the results here. See here, just now I've given one vote and it got incremented to one. If I want to vote again for non-veg, I'll say vote. And you can see now the number has been getting changed here, right? So it is working fine. For example, if you want to add another option, see here, you will have that option also. So just go to this admin panel. So select this actions and I think you can do here from here also. So are you vegetarian or non-vegetarian? So I will also add here another option, for example, vegetarian. Okay. So now I can update the question also. So I'll say save. Okay. Now you can see that I have given one more option to this. So let me check if it is working here. I'll say Control R, reloading the page. I've just reloaded the page and here you can see the new option is getting added. And similarly, if you want to remove the question, so simply you can just select the question, and what you can do, go to actions and delete selected questions and click on go. So yes, I want to delete this question. Yes, right? So as you can see, now the question is got deleted and now you got only two questions. So let me recheck here. I'll just reload the page. It's not there because the question was got deleted. So again, I'll come to the landing page. So here you see the question is no more. The poll is no more, right? So in this way, the whole control is given to the admin part. So the administrator will have the whole control over the questions and the choices and whatever things need to be controlled by and will be controlled mainly by this admin panel. So whereas the user or the end user will have the option of accessing into these three pages. One is he can vote, he can vote, and one is he can check the results, right? So this is what our project workflow will be looking like. So you should be very clear what this admin will be doing. So the admin will be adding up the questions and admin will be giving the questions, or admin have the right to delete the questions also. Similarly, whereas the end user will have the access to voting the questions and he has got the options to see the results. So here it is, everything has got every functions. So you can say results is a function, vote now is a function, vote is a function. So we need to write these Python using Python. So these functions are written in Python. So we shall explore like where all these things are working from in our project. Okay. So this is the final project which we have received. So I want you to work on the UI part of that. And also if you want to integrate any specific functions or specific features, you are very much open to do that. Okay. You can experiment. Okay. This is just works as like template, and this template you can make any changes as you wish. Okay. So going back, so what I will do, I will just close up this project. So we'll go back to our project where we were working on. Okay. So is this our project? Okay, I'll just close it. This is the final version. So this I don't want to do now. So I want to continue from the place where we have stopped the last week, right? So I'll say open folder, and last time I was working and I have stopped at which place? The place is polling web application, no, for internship folder. Okay. So internship, and this is the folder which I've stopped on the third week, right? So third week we have created one contact form, and we have added this, and we have made changes using our what we say our admin panel also. So this is the contact form which we have built earlier, right? So this was the one, and I'll say admin. Maybe this admin has changed. So Hari 3, I think. Let me check. Yes. So the last time we were working on this one, right? So now we need to do this is just for your understanding purposes. The last time I have shown you how to create a model, how to register your model, and how to add the data to your models. So everything was done using your admin panel only, right? So now let us come back, and I don't see. First I'll just stop the execution of this project, and now I'll do one thing. First, I will remove the model because this is not the model which I will be using in my project. So removing the model, yes, and also you have seen have removed the model, and later second thing what we have done, I have registered my model, right? So I'll go to my admin panel and I'll say please remove this model from here. Okay, right. Control S. Okay, done. So now I want to add models. So I have already have pre-built models here. So pre-written. So I'll take them from here. Okay. So this is the model I have creating two models here. One is questions model and one is choices model. Okay. So let me do that. I'll say Control V. Okay. So there is some error showing up here. So I will say this is not my model, right? I'll say sorry. I'm doing it a wrong place. So this is my model page, right? So this is the place where I have to create my model, right? I will paste it here. So these are the models which I have to create. So I'll say Control S. So as you can see, the question it has two things. One is text of the question. The maximum length of the question is 200, and maximum the pub and the date of the publication, right? And the next what we are doing here. So we are creating choices. So what are the choices you want to keep? So the main thing is each question is interconnected to the question. Why? Because each question should have the set of choices according to it. So here I'm putting this as primary key, whereas I'm taking the input from the question. So here is the question number I will take from that. Okay. For example, here I'm creating the question for number one. So the same question set of choices which should be given for the question one only. If I have created a question number five, okay, for the choices, so here I have to mention the question number. For example, if I say five here, and this choices will be assigned to the particular question only, right? If it is question number one, it is question number one and the choices to that. If it is question number five, and the choices will be taken to the question number 5 only. Similarly, choice. What are the choices you want to give? And I am keeping the count of the number of votes. That's it. So the database is very simple. Sorry, my model is very simple. It is comprising of two classes. One is question and one is choice. In the questions, I am taking two inputs. That is nothing but my name, the question of text of the question, and the publication date. And in the choice thing, I am having question, choice text, and the number of votes. That's it, right? So the model is ready. So the next thing is I have to register this model, right? So I have to register the model here, and I have two classes. One is question and one is choice, right? Two choice, and now I have to register them. So to register, I will be using this. We already did this earlier also. Control V. That's it. So this will register. Sorry, I think we have to use this also. Okay. Yes. So now I can register my questions and choices. I think I have removed this. Why? Because these two are interdependent. So that is the reason I'm not individually registering the questions, and I'm doing them together, right? Okay. So next comes, so here next one I've created the model, and one is I've created the registration of the model. So next thing is how to make the migrations, right? So last time also you remember we have migrated. So I'll say make migrations. So make migrations, as you can see here, create model choice. It has created a model, and created model question, right? And delete the model contact, so which was there earlier, that was removed, and add field question to choice. We are interconnecting the question to the choice, right? So that we have done. So as you can see now, it has got saved into 0002 auto. So let me check 0002. So one was nothing but our previous one which we have done for the contact. Two is nothing but the one which we are creating for the question, right? So it is done. So next, migrate. Okay. So enter, right? So again, you can see the migrations has been done. Applying polls 002. So applied the migration. Okay. So now you can log in and check. Now it will work. So if you are not doing this, so this won't be visible in your administration panel. So I'll show you that. Sorry, I think execution has been stopped. No problem. So after this only it will be reflected on your administration page. So make sure that you do the make migrations and migrate. Then only these models will be visible in your administration panel. Okay. So now I will say python manage.py run server. Okay, it is running, and let me check. Right. So go to the polls page. I think I'm not necessary here. So I'll go to the admin page directly. Okay. So admin page, and here I could see it has not applied. So what has went wrong? So let me check. I think I have to register here. Maybe I'll do again. What's that? So I'll do this. Okay. At register. Now I'll do again. Again I'll do migrations. Why? Because I've not registered here, right? So now I'm registering them. So now I'll do that. Make migrations, and migrate. Okay, now let me check if it works, because this is the right thing we have done right now. And I'll click on this follow link. I'll go to the admin page directly. Yes, right. See, so that is the reason we have to register them first. Okay, so this got registered, and I got my things here. So you can see here questions, choices. Okay, so if I click on question, no questions are available. Okay, so I'll add a question. Do you like to, for example, this is a random question, like to vote in 2024? Okay, so just a simple question. You can use any of the random questions you want, right? And I will say save the question, right? Now I want to add the choices. Okay, I'll go back. See, I'll click on choices. See, no choices have been selected. So I'll click on add choice. See, what will happen when I click on add choice? It will say, what is your question? So I'll say, do you like to vote in 2024? Choice text. Yes. Okay. So click on, sorry, save and add another. Okay. I'll like to add choice text. Yes, no. Save and add another. And I'll say choice text, maybe. And I'll say save. Okay. So now let me see here for the particular question. I got three things: maybe, no, and yes. Again, I'll check. Question: do you like to vote? It's there. And similarly, and if I say choices, it says maybe or yes or no. Okay. Now this is fine. Okay. So now let me check how it works on my UI. I want to showcase these questions to my user, right? So the user wants to see. So for that, what I have done, I've already designed some HTML pages. So I already mentioned the three pages, right? So the pages I will add it here for you. So details, index, and these are the pages which will be getting displayed for the polls page. Okay, polls module. So I'll open my polls module. So these are the HTML pages which I've designed. I want you guys to design your own, because it will take a lot of time to build all these HTML things. So I've just made a shortcut. So HTML pages I'm adding here. So I'll say results page, details page, index page, and the polls page. I will say paste. So the files to have been deleted or moved. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just open this in Explorer, and I'll paste them here. Control V. So I'll say replace the file. Let it be. No problem. Index file is getting replaced. No problem. Alright. So now we have done the UI part. UI is good. Alright. So the other time what we have done, we have done changes to our views, right? So use and URLs. So right now you can see we have only one function written here. As you know, our project has multiple functions to be done. So we'll see all the different functions. And the URLs also, you can see that right now it is just a blank URL, but there are multiple numbers. As you can see, it was showing number 3 and the result, number 2 and its details, right? So we need to add the URL patterns also, URLs as well as views. So these are something, these things I've done already for you. So in the URL, just add these things. Okay. So I'm writing, I need to write functions for index. I need to write functions for detail. I need to write functions for results. And I need to write the function for vote. Okay. So first we'll get these URLs. Control C, and I'm getting them here. Control V. Sorry, this is wrong place. So we need to keep them in the URLs part, right? So right. So I'll just added them here. I think it should be followed by comma. And two blanks will not work. So I'll remove this. Okay. So one is index, one is detail, one is results, and one is vote. So see here how it is working. So whenever the polls, for example, the URL is getting followed by the question number, right? For example, for your understanding, I'll write it says 8,000 or something slash polls slash question ID. So question ID is nothing but your question number. It might be 1, 2, or 3, whatever the question is requested. So then what will happen? It will trigger the details function, right? Similarly, what happens if question number 3 and its results? If I say results, so what will happen? It will trigger results function, right? In the same way, if I say question ID and number of, sorry, vote. So this will trigger the vote function. So where I will be getting allowed to vote for the given question. Okay, so this is how this URL patterns will be working. So the next thing is we need to write down the functions for each specific URL, right? So let us do that. First, let me get into this. So these functions have been written for you. So these are all the functions. So I want you guys to just spend some time. Just it's very easy. Just it's all Python code. Just to spend some time to understand it. So why? Because if I go on explaining each function separately, that will be taking a very long time. Okay. And I'll just now I have to go to my views page. So as you can see, this is my views page. And here my home function is there. My home function I have already removed it. So here I'm mentioning I'm taking all other functions, right? So let me address this first. First, it is unable to understand the question. So just use this balloon button and it says import question. Okay, why? Because we have added a class, right, in our models. I'll show that. See, this is the model and we have written a class called question. So it will import that. Similarly, we have another class called choice also, right? Let us import that. I will say comma choice, right? It should clear most of the uh, errors, right? Scroll down and I could see that, okay, HTTP 404. That means some library is missing. So that is why it is unable to understand this HTTP 404. So I'll just click on this bubble button and I'll just do this quick fix. Whichever is suitable library is available, it will fix by itself. And similarly to this, I'll do the same. And if at all any other errors, we'll try to fix them. And I think there are some big errors here. So let me check. And HTTP response redirect. We also know this. Previously, we have worked with HTTPS library. And I'll just click on this button and it should do the quick fix. And reverse. Let me check. I'm just trying to do this. So if it works, well and good. Right? Right. Control F. And I think most of the errors are gone. I could see no errors here right now. Okay. Right. So let me come back and just let's check with the output here. Let me see what has happened to us. Why? Because we have added this views. So let me check. Follow link and should be a bundle of errors now. Right, as expected. So reverse home is not valid. That means it is unable to identify the home function. Okay. So URL poll home. So where it is redirecting us to this home, right? Okay, it should call the home function here. Okay, I got this error. I understood it. So where this page is getting loaded first, HTML page. So it is getting into this poll and it is trying to trigger the home function, right? So that we should see whether there is a home function or not in our views. So details is there, index is there, and results are there, vote is there, right? But we are not having any home function. So the default function which is available for us here is index, right? It is getting called by the index function. So what will I do now is I'll say control C and I will just rename. So there is no home function available right now. We have the only function which is available, that is index. Okay, now I've changed it to index. So now let me see. So I'll just reload. Okay, now I'll just rerun my project. Right. So now let me check. Okay, now it got landed properly. So if I click on this, it will go to the index page. So I'll click on this. Right. Again, it says there is a problem. So what does the problem says? Template does not exist. So it is looking at some folder called polls index and it is unable to find the file. Okay. So cannot render polls and hyphen index.html file. So now let me check. So what is our HTML files location name? And the location name is HTML for polls. But instead of that, what the person is doing, the person is looking at the wrong location. So views.py. So see here, the person is looking at the wrong location. He is looking at the polls index.html. But the actual name is HTML for polls, right? So that is the reason it is triggering this error called, what is this error? Template does not exist at polls is clearly mentioning. So it is unable to find this file. So what is the actual file? The actual file is here. So I will change the name of it and I will say HTML for polls. HTML for polls hyphen, sorry, forward slash index.html. Okay, now let us go back and I will run it again. I will say go to polls page. Again, it says base.html does not exist. Okay, it is not able to find the base.html. So actually base.html is nothing but the navigation bar which we have designed earlier. So we have designed the navigation bar, right? So similarly for this website, what we are doing for this design part, we are having this base.html. So the same as like no this index.html which we have done earlier. The what we say our main that navigation bar. We have included this, right? Poll templates navigation bar. So we'll do one thing. We will just change this. I want to add this navigation bar, or else I'll add this line only wherever it is asking for. I will call this navigation bar. So Control C, and what is the page name? It is looking for base.html under the polls, maybe the index.file. So I'll scroll down and I'll just open each and individual page here and I'll say let me go for index and here it is unable to find base.html obviously. So instead of that I will pass navigation.html. Control V, sorry, Control S. Now let us run this. Now I'll just reload the page. See, the navigation bar has been come. And what is saying, do you like to vote in 2024? Right? So this is the same thing which I have added earlier. Do you like to vote in 2024? Yes. And this is the same thing which I have done earlier and it is working correctly. Okay. So next thing is choices. So, so this is the question. And if I select the, sorry, if I go to the choices, It says to ask me the sorry. These are the choices. Yes, maybe, and no. So now let me check. It should also give me the same thing. I think here, I think there is problem with execution. I'll say, I'll just stop the execution and I'll run again. Okay, right, very good. So again, I'll open this. See, go to polls page and I'm getting the question. So the first function is working properly. Now I want to get into the detail. For example, the person want to vote. So I'll click on vote now, see what will happen. So again, it is ending up with some problem and it says detail.html template does not exist. So it is trying to get into this details page, but it is not able to get it. So it is unable to load the details page. Why? So first I'll open my details page and let me check what the person is looking. So as you already know, base.html is already not there. So we are replacing with navigation page. And next comes, he wants to traverse into some page. The page is detail.html. Actually, it's unable to get the detail.html page. So from which page is coming there? He is coming from this page. That is nothing but index. So index.html, he is trying to move to another page. And here he is calling some function polls index. Correct. This is after this. I'm getting into the polls page. Okay. So the polls page. So again, the navigation bar is not there. We know that. So it is the same. Okay, no problem. And no, no, it's not the correct one. So I'll check again. So vote now, right? So click on vote now. So it wants to find details page. Okay, under that index.html. And now where is the vote now? I'll find it in the views page. Okay, right. So index page, it is traveling properly and see. So this is the details page you want to get into. But actually the details.page is located in HTML for polls. So I'll just rename it HTML for polls. That's it. So I've given the correct path. Next, let us check if there is anything further. Results. So results is also located here under HTML for polls. So just the proper uh, uh, directory we have to link to. So HTML for polls. That's it. And also furthermore, let me see again. So there is no polls. There is HTML for polls. Why? Because this is the error. Every time we want to get into this details folder, details file, it is under the HTML for polls. So that is what I'm doing here. Similarly, if you have any further, no, I don't think so. This is the last. Okay, Control F, and this should fix most of the errors. Let me check. Follow link. Yes, I'm running the page. Go to polls page, and here I will say yes, I want to vote. Okay, and here you will say, do you like to vote in 2024? I will say yes, and I'll click on vote now. Okay, now there is an again error. It says polls one and vote, right? So we'll get to that part and we'll fix it. It says polls result. Okay, so the function is getting called polls one vote. So we can clearly find out where it is. So first we have to get into the URL so such that we can identify where it is navigating into, right? So it is going to this place. So it want to give vote, right? So this is the page one and vote. This is question number and this is vote and the function name is vote, right? So here the mistake is getting up. So the question here, so render HTML for polls is the correct thing. HTML for polls and the details.html. Yes, we are coming into correct place. So let me check in details.html. So in details.html, I think most of the things are correct. And I think it is correct. So let me reload it again. Control C, and again I'll say run server. Okay, go to HTML page, vote now, and here I'll say no and vote now. So it is getting back to the same error. It is giving reverse poll results argument question ID. So poll results, I'll just okay. Maybe in the problem might be in the results HTML, results.html. So in the results.html, I'll just remove this. Why? Because we know that the path has been changed here. We are not having the navigation bar. Always I'll just remove it totally. Okay. Now let me check. I'll say Control S. Let me check now. Control C. Run the server and just okay. Vote now and I'll say maybe and I'll say yes. Okay. Again, it is taking an error, but no problem. So I think if it moves on like this, it takes a long time. So I'll do one thing. So already you have the reference project. So I'll just give it. So there is a reference project which I've provided you already. So this is the well done from scratch. So this is completely functioning. So please check to get inside this views and try to cross check with the functions. So there might be some errors like that, like something small errors, like something as you already mentioned the path of the folder and etc. So just cross check and try to fix it. Okay, so that should fix most of your problems. But why? Because this the project which I've been giving to you guys is totally functioning, and also you know the basics, you know things from scratch. So how to create the models, how to add the views, and how the URL pattern works. So you are all very well aware of that. So using that as a reference, you can easily able to fix the problems here. So this is 100% I could say that this is completely error free, and mostly just cross verify and try to fix it. Okay, go to Pol's website and vote now. It's working well. No. Yes, as you can see, this is working well. And back to poll if you want to see result, and it works well. Okay, so please take this project as the reference, the week number 4, which has been provided for you, and please try to fix that. And also, if you are having any doubts or queries, you can just come back to me, and I will try to solve them. Okay, thank you.